What up, everybody? This is Mitch Darrell, and before we get into the video, okay, just hear me out. I got 3 huge favors to ask, okay? 3 typical YouTube favors, okay? So one, can you hit the like button, okay? The like button, just that little thumbs up. You just click that real quick. We'd appreciate that. Second thing, can you hit the subscribe button, okay? I know it's a lot to ask. I know you subscribe. You know, you're really, really stingy with who you subscribe to, but I promise you will not regret it if you could subscribe to us. And the third thing, if you could hit the bell, just so you'll be notified anytime we post anything, okay? So those 3 favors, I'll be forever indebted to you. I appreciate it, okay? And while you're at it, if you could go ahead and check out my guys at tbk247.com as we change the culture for God. Peace.
You kind of answer this when it comes to like CHH fans. And we talked about this on social media. How do you feel CHH media treats you? Like, so the other day, someone was like, man, I feel like the blogs don't talk about so much. And I was like, well, I feel like Trackstarz has always kind of covered y'all relatively well. And then Rapzilla has some articles, but do you feel like it's not as much as it should be or could be? And just CHH media in general?
So Trackstarz, they did, right? And they might still, I mean, they're not as much. Mm-hmm. So it was easier to cover us in the beginning, right? Because we weren't battling as much.
Yeah.
And it was like it was like a fresh thing. It was like this, like Loso is battling DNA. So we all had to cover it, right? And so in the beginning, it was like that. And so I was a Trackstarz recording artist, not signed to their label, but they were my distribution.
Distro, yeah.
Part of the package was obviously them like always having me come up there for interviews or even obviously putting my stuff on their site as far as battles and stuff. Right. So they definitely do that. Rapzilla was also another one in the beginning. They found that people kind of were just intrigued by Saga and then Loso and Ward and Street Hymns and stuff. That ended up stopping when we actually had like Saga and I kind of had like a little like and it was part of our blame or whatnot. We kind of just questioned them on like a clickbait thing that they had did on one of the battles, and it was fine, you know what I'm saying? It was fine or whatnot, but both like, and then John jumped in. That was another thing. Like John ended up jumping in, and you know, when John jumps in, it's kind of like,
right.
All right, he's not gonna come with no biblical worldview. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad. And so they had kind of pulled back because from what Justin told me, what's his last name? Sarah. Mm-hmm. So what Justin told me was that if they can't cover it unbiasedly, right? Then they don't want to cover it. But I was like, first of all, you don't cover it unbiasedly because you only cover us, you know what I'm saying? So that's no, true. like if we're telling you like, hey, like if you guys, because you guys are only covering battle rap because we're in it, so you're only supporting us. So just make sure that the stuff that you put up isn't hurting our brand in any way or something like that. Yeah. And so but that was one thing. So Raps, I think man, what's the joint that's kind of like academics? What do they call? CHH.
The crew.
The crew. Well, I don't think I've met him. I have spoke to him a couple of times on social media, but I feel like he has covered us. Mm-hmm. I don't, and so like I told you, Mitch. Unfortunately, because I'm in a different realm, space, right? Yeah. Like I'm in a different space. I don't know who's really covering us, but sense. Like that's why I wanna do this blog with you. And like you're probably like the first Christian CHH blog that I've probably done.
Really?
I don't know another one that I've done. Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
There may have been Christians that obviously contacted me, but I don't think like I haven't done the crew. I haven't done anything else or nothing like that, which I wouldn't be opposed to.
Right.
But I want to make sure that I'm giving back because I almost feel like this is the community that has raised me. So whatever I can do to take my following and kind of elevate your platform, that's what I want to do. And so with those media outlets that I just mentioned, I want to say that they do. Now, granted, it doesn't seem like maybe like I told you, Mitch. Unfortunately, if Champion covers Loso, I see that because it's all over my timeline.
Right.
But if the crew does it, then maybe I just missed it. So I really wouldn't be able to answer that as far as the media blogs. But what would you say? Would you say that they do?
I definitely think, I always noticed that Trackstarz was the one that was more consistent in covering y'all. You're probably right about it being easier at the beginning, because I mean, now I don't think I've seen anything about like you versus Vixen or Chet, like any of your recent stuff.
And it's difficult too because of the app. Like most of the URL battles are on the app, and so our YouTube battles aren't even that big of a deal. They just kind of just pop up.
That's actually probably a really good point, because you used to just be all check on YouTube. Now it's like you gotta have the app. It's like, oh, how much is the app? It's like, oh, it's $8. It's like, I don't know. I have the app and I'm addicted to it. But no, that might be part of it, is they just don't know about the app. So they're just waiting for stuff to drop on YouTube. But I definitely think y'all should be covered more, especially because, like, even though it's harder now, you're all bigger now. Like, you're all doing more. So it's almost like that's something to write about. Like, yo, they're not just in it, they're like doing well. But yeah, I'm sure we can get that to change. So here's a tough question for you. If the, and maybe you can
go ahead and ask it, bro. Ask it.
You can add oops in here if you want. If the Horsemen did some style of like single elimination, like tournament, I don't know how to be bracketed, but like, who do you think would come out on top? Like, y'all all got to battle each other. If you lose once, you're done. Who do you think would? I could tell you my thought, but I'll let you go first.
So when I was younger, I would say, like, you know how we all go through this identity crisis type thing when we're younger?
That's good.
Yeah, kind of. Like, you don't want to be like
friends, indie friends.
Oh, okay.
So
do wonders like AI anomalies.
I know that, right? Saga, who was
on the same beats. You're definitely more lyrical. So like, you're not.
I actually knew a guy in Miami that he was going to the same.
And I tweeted like last week that someday I'm gonna have a song with him. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.